Hey, and welcome to the Great Buys for April. Now this one, first one, I happened to be close to the first Toys R Us where I started picking up the Redekai items, and I figured I'd go in there and see what they had. I wasn't expecting to get any figures or anything, but I was thinking the pre-constructed decks. Each of those comes with an exclusive card, so I'd see, which ones they had. And so I managed to pick up the Radicor deck, the Batacor deck, and the Imperiaz deck. And wouldn't you know it, they had more figures. And they had several Froztoks this time. So I now have all of the figures from the figure line. There are 3 other pseudo figures, at least I think there's only 3, there might be more, which are they're not so much action figures as they are, I don't know, they're 3-dimensional card holder type things. I'm not too sure. They're a little weird. I don't know what the purpose of them is, because I've never actually seen them in person, but I have seen them online in a few things. So until I actually see what they are and their packaging, I won't know. Now I also, give me one second. Today I decided to swing by a Dollarama because I knew they had some packs on for Redekai for $2. Now they still had them, and I managed to get all of everything they had there, so it was $2 a pack, and they had 6 of them. I bought out all their stock. So, but what I hadn't noticed before was these are the meta charged, but well, I was on my way to local comic store for my weekly run. I passed by a Toys R Us, so I figured I'd check in there and see if they had the final pre-constructed deck, because I believe there's only 4 for the 4 teams, and they did, so I managed to pick up the Stacks pre-constructed deck. And while there, I also decided to pick up a, what is it they call, the Kairutin, and it comes with some meta charge stuff as well. At least it says it's meta charge, so it's meta charge. It comes with two packs, and I don't believe this comes with an exclusive card, but I figured I'd check it out anyways because, well, I hadn't have one, and they're on for half price. So yeah, that's what I've gotten so far. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, talk about great buys. I've been scouring the Dollaramas looking for the $2 packs of Redekai meta charge boosters, and been kind of striking out until today. Of course, it's the one that's closest to where I live, and I hadn't checked it, but they were fully stocked. So I managed to get 25 of these bad boys for $2 each. But that's not all. They also had Unfabulous for the Game Boy Advance for $2 in box, sealed, as well as Backyard Sports Football 2007 for the Game Boy Advance for $2. So I'm not going to complain about that. Getting some Game Boy Advance in their boxes for $2. Bunch of Redekai. Spent too much money, but like I said, great buys. After having found the 2 Game Boy Advance games at the $1 Dollarama, I decided to check out another one and take a closer look at what they had in their bins, just in case they had something, and they did. So I also picked up World Poker Tour for the Game Boy Advance for $2. Still sealed, in box. So keep the ball rolling. And the ball has been rolling indeed. Just been going nuts this month, even though I said I wouldn't buy anything. First up was decided to hit up the Dollar-Ramas again to see if they had anything else, anything new, and noticed that they had gotten in chaotic tins for $2, which contain 5 boosters plus 2 super rare cards, plus it gives you this tin that you can put your cards in, which is actually a pretty good tin. It has space in the middle portion here for just your extra cards, plus it has enough specific spot in the top to put an actual deck. So I picked up one of those, and then because I thought it was such a good deal, I went and picked up 2 more, because there are super rares exclusive to these tins, so the only way to get them is through these tins, and I believe there are 8. Yeah, 8 cards exclusive to those, so I figured, hey, why not check them out? Later on in the week, was going to get together with my girlfriend to head up to Zellers, because the Zellers near her is basically, they're closing a whole bunch of Zellers, and they're having clearance sales. So we decided to check it out, and I actually ended up finding some stuff. For me, I ended up getting the new Redikai Battlefield, which is technically just release type thing for in conjunction. It's supposed to be with the 3rd edition set. Now it's normally about $15. I've seen it for retail. Probably should have been more, but a lot of the prices have been coming down anyways. But say $15 for this, and then they had 20% off of that. So I was going to pick it up anyways, considering nobody had it discounted, but seeing as how they had 20% off their stuff, I picked it up there. So yeah, not a problem with that. It has an exclusive card, so you need to buy this to get the exclusive card. And as far as I know, it's the only card from 3rd edition currently released in North America. And there goes my phone. What my girlfriend ended up finding, actually I found it and showed it to her, and only to find out she had never actually seen it. She'd only heard of it. So for $1, I mean, she couldn't pass it. Well, I told her she couldn't pass it up. She had to get it. If she wasn't going to buy it, I was going to buy it for her just so she could watch it. But it's 9 episodes from the Dungeons and Dragons animated series. So she bought that, and kudos for her. I mean, she couldn't. I wouldn't have passed it up. She couldn't pass it up. So got that. Then after that, we decided to hit up a Goodwill. And normally I have no luck at Goodwill or Salvation Armies, but I actually found a couple of things. She managed to find a cribbage complete from I think it's 1976. Has all the parts, instructions, everything in box. I think it was only $4 for that, so that was a great buy. We didn't have a cribbage set, so just to get one for $4 is a good buy. The fact that it's classic Hoyle cribbage set. It doesn't come with any cards, but you can get those anywhere. I managed to find Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and it only cost me about $3. Now it's a book that I was going to buy anyways, and considering it retails for like $15 to $20 in stores and bookstores normally, I figured $3 for it, not a problem. But what I was super stoked about was Super Mario 2 complete in box, and it didn't have a price on it, so I was kind of rolling the dice when I went up to the cashier, and she didn't know what to price it at. She didn't even know what it was. She thought it was a book, which was, I was almost tempted to say it was a book and such, and because it, you know, would have been same price as this basically, but you know, we pointed out that it wasn't a book. It was actually like an electronics video game type thing. She's like, oh, okay. Like a CD? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, like a CD. I don't know how much CDs are going for. And she's like, all right, $2. So I picked up Super Mario 2 for the NES Complete in Box for $2. And I couldn't be happier. That trust me, I was beaming the entire night. And today I was going out and picking up a couple of stuff I managed to track down online. And while I was out, I had some time to kill in between the two transactions. So I went for a drive, found a Dollarama, figured, hey, I've had so much luck, I'll head up a Dollarama here and see what they had. Now, they had more Redikai, but these are not the ones I was getting before. The other ones I was getting were the... which ones was I? I was getting the second series, so the meta-charged packs. These are from the first release. So this is a completely different set, which have different glyphs on the front. And I don't have any of these yet, short of, I think, some cards that I got from a promotion when they first released the set and were demoing it. So yeah, I didn't grab all of the cards they had there, I still left some there, but I picked up, I think, 15, 14, no, 13 packs, and at $2 a pop. I didn't have any, figured why not, can't go wrong. But first I'm going to test the other items that I got before I do show you anything, so until then, sit tight. It's only going to be a couple seconds. You know, I quickly realized that I couldn't actually test one of the items I had just talked about because I didn't actually have the system at the moment. I used to have it, but actually I don't think it was working, and it was something I bought in a huge lot off of eBay at one point with some Genesis and stuff like that. Some of them worked and some of them didn't, and I managed to put together some working pieces and sell them off, and then sold the rest as a, you know, a lot of as-is consoles and such. So I didn't have, or I don't have, the system to test it. So I don't know if this works, and I didn't get it for the price I wanted. I would have liked to have paid $20 or $25 for it. I ended up paying $35 simply because he wanted $60 for it, and I asked if there was any movement on it, and he had already said he had, you know, people looking to give him like between $30 and $32 for it. So I said, and he said, well, I'll $35 and it's yours. So I was like, I don't have one. Sure, why not? It's boxed. It's complete. It is the Super Nintendo Super Scope. The box is in okay condition. It's not mint, but it is decent. Everything inside is mint except for one of the pieces is yellowed. So I don't know if it's the original or if he's put this together, you know, by piecing it together and tracking it down, because it doesn't seem like everything is original to this box, so it's hard to say. But he did throw in this little thing here, which is, I believe, the tablet for Mario Paint, and that's what he said he did. He wasn't too sure, but he threw it in anyways, which was cool of him, because, you know, whatever, it's free. I don't have Mario Paint, but that's not the point. I'm hoping I'm going to email him again later on and check with him, because he did talk about his dad having a bunch of old systems, including Atari 2600s, Colecos, and a Vectrix. So he wasn't sure if he was going to be selling them, but if he does, I want to hopefully get first crack at them. But that aside, today I got in a package I got off of eBay. Now the seller seems to, I've been trying to get this for over a month now, or yeah, almost 2 months I guess. And he must have skids full of the stuff. because he's basically putting them up for auction. I think it was about $30 for shipping to me. He's in the US, so I think it's only $15 for shipping in the US. So if you're in the US, it's even better buy. But what it is a box. Actually, this is a case pack of Horror Clicks Freak Show boosters, which he keeps listing them, so he must have them. And I've seen them go for as low as about $21. I think I got this one for around $30, so $60 is fine for me. I mean, the packs retail for $6 a pop, so you're looking at over, I'd say, over $250 minimum retail to buy these. Even when you get down to the discount, you're still looking with shipping and stuff, still paying about $4 or $5 per pack. And really, that's about the cheapest you're going to find these type of things these days, short of buying case packs. So, yeah, if you're looking for Horror Clicks, or you're into Horror Clicks and you don't have the Freak Show, it's worth it to actually buy one of his case packs. And you just got to keep on it. And if you're lucky, check when the time is ending on the auction, because it seems like the people bidding on this are really active around, say, between 10 and 2 Eastern Standard, and again at night. But if you get them in the morning, I missed out on one. I could have gotten it for, I think, $16, and it was at maybe it was 8 o'clock in the morning, and I logged in and I went to check something else online, and it had like 3 minutes left, and somehow the time escaped me, and by the time I got back it had literally just ended. So I was a little disappointed because I basically had to pay twice as much for in the end, but I was okay with that anyways. So I do have more to show you because I still have to test those games, so or I guess I just let it out of the bag. The next big thing is some games which I got, but until I test them, I will have to make you wait. Okay, so I made another purchase on eBay. This was something that I've been trying to get since I got on this whole Redekai kick, and it came in. Now, I got it for, I think my winning bid was about $50. There was only $8 shipping, which was good, especially being here in Canada. Our shipping rates are always way high compared to if we're in the States. So that's under $60. Now, the reason why I was willing to pay that much is, holy crap, this is small. Okay, so let's show you what it is. This is a booster box. Look how small it is. A booster box of Redekai gold packs. Now these are the packs that are only sold in hobby stores, so comic stores, card stores, that type of a deal. And I believe it has 24 packs. I don't even think it says. I'll notch up another one for stupid Spin Masters. Okay, but I believe it contains 24 packs. Now the packs, obviously, as you can see, are much smaller. I believe there's only 6 cards in each pack, but you're guaranteed a lot more, you know, super rares, and stuff like that, as well as gold cards that are only available, or cards that are only available from these gold packs. Now they generally retailed for, depending on the place, $5 to $8. So, you know, you're looking at, with 24 of them, you're looking at well over $100 up to, maybe even up to $200 or more when it first came out. So I'm roughly looking at getting it at half price here. So I'm happy about that, and I can't really complain. But yeah, wow, I didn't realize it was going to be this small. So, hey, learn something new every day, guys. This is what the size of a gold pack booster box looks like. So in case you're looking to get one, keep that in mind. Okay, this great buy I found online in April, and I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it right away. I want you to think about it and let me know if you think it was a great deal. I was willing to pay this until I got it home and checked it out. I still think it's a great deal, but it bummed me out. But I'll tell you why afterwards. So, what did I get? Now, I've been searching for this specifically for a while at a good price, and I was willing to basically pay what the retail cost is right now for the same thing, but not for the specific edition that it is. Because I know when it originally came out, it was considerably more. So now that I've got the suspense built up, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So basically, I paid $140, which is standard Wii pricing right now, for the limited edition red Nintendo Wii Complete. The box is in decent shape. It's got some tape here. Not too keen on that. A little bit disappointed. But considering these are still brand new, going for $250 to $300 or more in some cases, picking it up for $140, I was willing to do it. I had no problem doing it. What the disappointment comes from it is the fact that when I opened it up and got it all home and finished the transaction, I didn't test it until later. It does all work, everything's fine, but the games that are inside it, they're relatively scratched. I expected that. But there's no paperwork, there's no manuals, there's no nothing. And I kind of, if I'm getting a limited edition, I kind of want everything that came with it. And I assumed that the instructions and everything would be with it. I've never heard of anybody throwing out the instructions if they have the box. You just leave the instructions and stuff in the box. Who throws that out? Now, what's also missing is the packaging and stuff that everything was wrapped in. I can understand that being tossed out, especially because I believe the red Wii, the packaging that was around it was kind of stuck to it. So I don't know too many people who actually saved that, but any of the other pieces for the cords and stuff, I would have liked to have had that as well, but I understand that being tossed. If anybody out there has the paperwork to the red Nintendo Wii or any of the plastics, the wrappings or twist ties or anything that came with theirs and they don't want them anymore, let me know. I'll even pay to have it shipped to me, and that'd be great. Again, this is an NTSC version of it. I don't know if the instructions are different or not in different regions, but the one thing that I was surprised outside of the instructions was one of the cardboard inserts, basically the port that I think it was where the nunchuck would have fit, that divider in there, is gone. I don't know what he did with it. It's like he ripped it apart, tossed out that, but everything else he kept. Again, if anybody has that and they don't want it, though, I mean, if you have that, you have a box system and you're probably keeping it, but if you do want to get rid of it, let me know. I'd love to get it, because right now I'm debating buying another one and trying to sell this one, because really it just seems incomplete. But that being the case, there was some some good stuff about this transaction. And that's the fact that it also came with Wii Racket Sports, Raymond's TV Party for the Raving Rabbids, and Disney's Epic Mickey. So in a sense that kind of makes up for the missing packaging, I suppose. It came with the Wii Classic controller. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, and I don't even know if it works. So I tried plugging it. I figured it would have worked with the Mario game. I plugged it in, and it just told me to unplug it because it doesn't go with that. So I don't know. I'll have to figure this out because there's no instructions for that either. But the big bonus was it also came with DJ Hero. So it works. It's pretty complete. This does have the instructions and the game and the controller. So in that sense, hey, for 140, I'm not going to complain too much. I just wish I didn't have this feeling that the money I spent was for something incomplete, because really I can understand the plastic cellophanes and stuff not being there. I would be okay with that. But really the cardboard insert portion, that really bugs me. And the instructions, I don't understand not having the instructions. Both of those pieces should be with this box, but they aren't. So anyways, let me know. Do you think 140 is a good buy for what I got, even considering that it's not technically complete? Okay, now this great buy is probably one of the better great buys I've had in quite a while. I found a listing for 15 kids PS2 games, and they didn't want a lot of money. And when I contacted them, or did they even list what they wanted? I can't remember. I think they listed it, but it wasn't a lot that they wanted for it. I told them I was a little weary about kids-owned games, because often they don't work and stuff like that. And they assured me that they tested everything before posting anything, and that they did have a machine for fixing scratch discs and such. So if anything wasn't working, they had they either fixed it or they would fix it. But they also said that they had 62 adult PS2 games, but they hadn't listed them yet. I basically negotiated with them to get all of it, and while I was doing it, I guess she would be the mother of the owner of all the games, threw in a skip doctor because I said I didn't have anything to fix any scratch games and stuff like that. And she basically, because they had now an automated powerful version, she threw this in at no extra charge. So kudos to her for doing that, because that was awesome. But I won't tell you how much I paid for these just yet. I'm going to run through the games. I haven't tested all of them because there's so many of them, but I have tested a good portion, I'd say a third of the game so far, and they all work fine. The only disappointment was one game, though I didn't really know what games they were anyways. I just knew how many there were. They could have all been the same game for all I knew, but judging, going back and forth, I figured that wasn't the case. But the only one, this is Swing Away Golf for the PS2. Didn't have the game in it. It does have everything else, manual and such, but it's only a regular DVD case too. But anyways, that's the only one that is incomplete. The rest of these are all have the games, and I'd say about 90% of them have the manual as well, so that's just a bonus. So let me go through these real quick, because there's a lot of them. So anyways, we'll go through them, and then I will count them, and we'll give you the total cost, and you let me know if this is a great deal or not. I personally think it is slamming. Alright, first one up is Mission Impossible Operation Surma. Ford Mustang, The Legend Lives. KO Round 2, The Kangaroo, or KO the Kangaroo Round 2. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Mountain Bike Adrenaline. SOCOM 3 U.S. Navy SEALs. Disney Classic Stitch Entertainment 626. The Tale of Despero. Can you figure out which one are the kids' games yet? Shrek the Third. Meet the Robinsons. The Bigs. And truth be told, I think getting kids games for the PS2 probably is a good thing, especially if you can get them in good condition, because I wouldn't exactly call the PS2 a kid system. Most people would have gone with, say, like a Nintendo system of some sort. So having all these in working in pretty decent shape is good. Disney's Treasure Planet. Siphon Filter, The Omega Strain. Suzuki TT Superbikes Real Road Racing. Chicken Little. Hannah Montana Spotlight World Tour. Superman Returns. PK Out of the Shadows from Disney. Mark Davis Pro Bass Challenge. Get your fishing on. American Chopper. Project Snowblind. Crazy Frog Arcade Racer. Heavenly Guardian. The Spiderwick Chronicles. Pets Cats 2. The Dog Island Artist Collection. Looney Tunes Back in Action. 2K Sports NHL 2K7. NBA Street. Freestyle Metal X. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Win Back Covert Operations. Swashbucklers Blue vs. Gray. Dead to Rights 2. Aragon. Crash and Burn. Enter the Matrix. Reckless, the Yakuza Missions. Rebel Raiders Operation Nighthawk. Pirates, Legend of the Black Buccaneer. Power Drone. 187 Ride or Die. A nice thing about it is some of them, I don't know if they were a reseller or what, but there are price tags on the sides of these, so either these are how much they paid for them or how much they were looking to sell them for. Triggerman, $5. Puzzle Challenge Crosswords and More. Arctic Thunder, $5. Stuntman Ignition, $4. Lethal Skies Elite Pilot Team SW, $3. So these were how much they were buying them for. They were getting them at a decent price already. DT Racer, $4. And if they were selling them for this, Constantine, $5. They weren't overly outrageous with their pricing. The Plan. SWAT Global Strike Team. Hard Hitter Tennis, $5. Over here. While I get some more. Eternal Ring. Duel Masters Limited Edition. think it's supposed to come with a card or something like that, but I don't know. Super Trucks Racing. World Championship Paintball. Strike Force Bowling. Spy Hunter Nowhere to Run. I love the classic arcade Spy Hunter. Wipeout Fusion. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. Alfa Romeo Racing Italiano. Mountain Bike Adrenaline. Delta Force Black Hawk Down Team Saber. Fight Club. Stolen. Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. Ford Racing 3. Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. Midnight Club Street Racing. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. EA Sports NHL 2004. Also notice there haven't been a lot of sports titles. EA Sports NHL 2005. Minority Report Everybody Runs. Ridge Racer 5. Chessmaster. Jet Li Rise of Honor. And SOCOM US Navy SEALs. Now, have you been keeping count here? We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 77 games, 1 empty case, and a Skip Doctor. Guess the price. $100. That's less than $2 a game. Now, I know I've been trying to build up my Xbox collection and try and go for the complete thing, but I really couldn't pass this up. I don't ever expect to get a full PS2 collection, but this is a good start. Added to what I already have, and I now should have over 100 PS2 games. Which, for something I wasn't really collecting, I was just picking up titles I liked. That's pretty good. What do you think? Great buy? You don't need to tell me, I already know.